An army doesn't lose a war because it runs out of bullets. It loses because it runs out of food. And right now, Ukraine has just figured out how to starve 4 entire Russian armies at the same time. This isn't a theory, it's already happening. And the numbers are almost impossible to believe. On June 1st, a Ukrainian drone traveled deep into Russian-held territory and destroyed a supply truck. That sounds small. It isn't. That truck was destroyed 23 kilometers from Chernihivka, a base Russia believed was completely out of Ukraine's reach. Russia was wrong, and that single burning truck sent a message to 4 entire Russian field armies. Your food supply is no longer safe. Here's what makes this so significant. Russia's entire southern military operation depends on 3 towns: Chernihivka, Kamianka, and Rozivka. Every truckload of food, fuel, and ammunition heading to the front has to pass through these towns. There's no detour, no shortcut. Russia built its entire logistics around this corridor. Ukraine just proved it can hit it. Now here's where it stops being about one truck and starts being about a war-changing campaign. In just 3 days, May 30th through June 1st, Ukraine destroyed 483 Russian vehicles on day 1, 524 on day 2, 384 on day 3. That's an average of 463 Russian supply vehicles destroyed every single day. These aren't tanks. These are food trucks, fuel tankers, supply convoys, the kind of vehicles that keep soldiers alive and fighting. Ukraine didn't just hit Russia's military, it hit Russia's stomach. This isn't abstract. The effects are already showing up on the front lines. Intercepted communications from Russian soldiers in Donetsk reveal the reality. We used to get chocolate bars twice a day. It's now day 3. We haven't eaten at all. Tomorrow will be 4. Other reports show soldiers stealing food from each other. And in the most disturbing cases, Ukrainian intelligence has reported soldiers resorting to cannibalizing their own dead just to survive. These are not isolated incidents anymore. Ukraine's Ministry of Defense has now launched a dedicated program called the Logistics Lockdown Initiative, a coordinated, sustained campaign designed specifically to cut off food and supplies to Russia's frontline armies. This is now official strategy. But the starvation doesn't stop at the front lines. Crimea, the peninsula Russia has occupied since 2014, is now experiencing food shortages in civilian grocery stores. Cereals, flour, sugar, pasta, salt. Basic goods are disappearing from shelves. Some stores have already started rationing, limiting how much one person can buy. Why? Because the same supply routes that feed Russian soldiers run through Crimea. Ukraine's drone strikes are cutting them off. And Putin now faces a decision no leader wants to make: feed his soldiers or feed the civilians he claims to be protecting. Here's the part that doesn't make the headlines, but might be the most important. Even inside Russia, on the mainland, food is becoming unaffordable. Potato prices up 167% since 2024. Chocolate up 125%. Milk up 59%. Cheese up 50%. Even a basic loaf of bread costs 45% more than it did just 2 years ago. One Moscow resident told the BBC his monthly food budget jumped 22% in a single month, not a year. A month. Russia's government says income is growing, but food inflation is outpacing that growth by several multiples. The average Russian isn't starving, yet. But they are feeling the cost of this war every single time they walk into a supermarket. Ukraine hasn't won yet, but it has found Russia's most vulnerable point. And it's not a military base or a weapons depot. It's a supply truck on a road that can't be rerouted. With AI-powered drone swarms now in development, specifically designed to target these logistical corridors, the squeeze is only going to get tighter. 4 field armies, 1 peninsula, 1 economy, all running low on the same thing. And Ukraine is just getting started.